Can you see up here? It shows what's untitled, right?
Yes.
Untitled modify. That's because I have not saved my file and given it a name. So for those of us who are using laptops that the battery is not so good, or you're using a desktop computer that once the power goes off, your computer goes off, first thing you always want to do when you start a file is to save. And it's as simple as coming to file and clicking save. I guess that's what you did. If you click on save, it won't save as a picture or anything. It's going to save as an Affinity file. So now I'm going to select a folder. Let me put it in my download folder. Download. I'm going to title this one Affinity class. What's today's date? Today is the 19th. I'll just call say 19th February and hit save. When I do that, what did you notice? Up here, the name has changed, right, to Affinity class 19th February. It's no longer untitled. Saving is different from exporting. Exporting means I am turning my artboard into something different, into something visible, into something that I can share with people. It's like working on a video. I am editing the video and then I want to upload it on social media. I am going to export that video. But before exporting, I'm going to have to save my file so that I won't have to edit my video for 2 hours and then lose the file because my laptop went off or the software crashed. Now you and I know that we are using Windows laptop. MacBooks are far better. But because we are using Windows laptop, sometimes Windows always have software issues and your files will crash. I've experienced it multiple times when I'm working on a project, and after a while it just freezes or software crashes. It can be very frustrating, but we have to live with it. So saving a file is different from exporting the file. What we just did is save the file. If, for example, I don't like this name, Affinity class 19th February, and I want to change the name. Notice when I came on the group this evening, I said somebody should save their Affinity file and share it with me. Now, if I want to share this file I'm working with, if I want to share it with any of you, I want to call it file to be shared. All I have to do is go over again to file. This time around, if you notice, save is not white, it's gray. But save as is visible. Anything that isn't white, that is gray, automatically tells you that that option is not available. Look up again here. These are tools, all these things here, but they are not visible. They are gray, meaning what? I can't do anything because why? I have not selected anything. But if I select this file, it still only comes up, but the rest do not show. But if I duplicate this guy, duplication, I said you could right click and choose copy, and then you paste again by right clicking and pasting. So now we have two of it. If I have these two and I want to select two things, let me give this a different color so you can see. If I want to select this guy and this guy together, there are two ways to do that. I would either hold my mouse, left click and drag like so. I've selected the two of them. Or I would click on this red one first, hold my control key and click on the second one. Hold my shift key rather and click on the second one. I will go over it again. I want to select more than one object. Let me make this smaller. Shortcuts to duplicate something on Affinity is click the thing, hold your control key and drag. Or you could do Ctrl C, Ctrl V, then you drag it away. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, then you drag it away. That's a longer process if you would agree with me. The easier way is to hold Ctrl, click on your mouse, left click and drag it away. So I want as many as possible. Now I want to select all of them. First thing, I could either left click on my mouse, hold it and drag it until this shape I'm making this very transparent shape selects everything. Now I have selected all of them and I can move them together as one, or I could do so manually. I will click on this one, hold the shift key, click on this one, hold the shift key, click on this one, and this one. Now I've selected all of them. Now if I want only 2, or I want to select only 3 out of everything that I have here, what can I do? I would select this one that I want, hold the shift key, select this one, hold the shift key and select this one. Now I've selected those 3. I can zoom out holding control and scrolling down, and then I can drag these 3 that I've selected out of here. But then again, I started with wanting to show us the difference between without background and with background. So take for example, let me remove this highlights color and change this back to blue. So I said we already have a logo. Let's take this way. We have this logo and we are going to duplicate it here. Now we're going to export this guy without a background. Oh, I did magic. File, export. But so that you don't get tired, see file, when you come to export, it already tells you export shortcut is what? Control plus Alt plus Shift plus W. You may forget, but the more you keep practicing shortcuts, the better for you. I'm going to export this one as PNG without the background now. I'm not changing anything. I'll just come to export. I'll keep it in my download folder and say without, save. Then next I'll come to this one with background. All I did was Control Alt Shift W, the same PNG again, and export. Remember we gave one background and one without, so this one I will say with, save. Now I'm going to delete this guy. We'll change our background to say yellow. Then we're going to drag in our 2 files. Remember how we are doing that? We're coming to our place to download folder is where we have those logos, and I'll click on with and without, open. I would draw this and draw this. Now notice that when I bring this guy that it has background into this place, it has its own white background already, even though it's PNG. But when I come to this other guy and drag it in here, it doesn't have a background. Why? Because we did not give it a background. And when we were setting up our document, we said what? Transparent background. So now I can place this here, and it does not have a background to disturb us. So we have our logo, square jump. But this one already has its own background, because why? We gave it the background. So the difference between this guy and this guy, even though we're exporting in PNG, is this guy has nothing behind it, and this guy has something behind it. And don't forget, when you're working on Affinity, always come to your vector panel. When we move to the pixel, we'll know. Probably, I'm hoping that in our next class, we're going to learn how to remove simple background from images and use it to make a design.